So I want to talk to you about the programmer that I'm running on this pickup. And the reason I want to talk to you about this programmer is because I looked everywhere to try and figure out what would be the best one to run for my specific vehicle. I looked into Diablo, I looked into Bully Dog, I looked into Edge, and I really just found comparisons, but I never really found the end result for this particular vehicle. Now, the vehicle that I'm running, like some of y'all know, is a 2008 Chevrolet Silverado with the 5.3 Z71 package. And the truck alone has 373 gear ratio. Well, it's obviously got the 5.3. So with those two combinations, it's one of the best combinations you can get out of this style of truck. And I want to talk to y'all about the one that I am running right now on this pickup, which is the Edge Evolution CTS2. The Edge Evolution CTS2 retailed, whenever I bought it, around $620, $630, if I recall. Maybe that was with taxes, I'm not too sure. But whatever that case may be, I looked at it the other day and it's actually running, I want to say, roughly $579 retail. For the price it is, it's a very high dollar amount, so you expect to get a high amount of performance out of it. Well, that really isn't the case. The reason being that I'm saying this is because I feel like I can change my truck back into the stock tuning and I probably will feel just a slight bit of a difference. But whether I feel a huge difference, I can't agree with that. And before I continue, I want to let y'all know that I'm not getting paid for this. Edge did not reach out to me, did not tell me to talk about this. I personally decided to make this video for the convenience of other people. So if you're thinking about buying a programmer for your pickup, especially for a Silverado or a Sierra with a 5.3 in it, you know, this video, hopefully, I hope it helps you a lot. Now, this programmer has its cons, and we're going to start off with the cons first. One of the biggest flaws that I can see that this programmer has is the price value for the amount that you get from it. Now, I used to have the Bully Dog GT tuner in this pickup. I think the Bully Dog, I paid $400 for it. I want to say, give or take, $400. Now, this was like a couple years back, and then I sold that thing because I really didn't feel like I gained much from it. But then I kind of wanted a gauge to be able to see what I was running. And with that curiosity, I just decided to go ahead and buy the full tuner because I didn't have a tune on the pickup yet. And little did I know much about that. A tune might get you more performance than an actual tuner. A tuner is really set on what it comes with. There's really no, I want an extra torque, I want an extra horsepower, I want more horsepower than torque, I want more torque than horsepower, I want more economy than either of those, things like that. As for whenever you go to a place to get a tune on your truck or your vehicle, you know, you can sit there and tell them kind of what you expect to get out of the vehicle, and they can kind of match your result and give you a little bit of everything. On this, you only have 4 options. You have a stock mode, you have a towing mode, you have a performance, and then you have an economy mode. And just the stock mode alone, I've tried to run it, see what it does between the difference between economy mode, especially with the truck with 33-inch tires. I really did not see much of a difference. Now, if you're looking for performance, I can vouch and say that in performance, I feel a little bit more torque, but without a proper tune on the truck, without a proper tune from a proper performance shop, you know, I've been feeling like the truck is slipping a little bit. And it's not slipping bad. It's not slipping to where you say the transmission's completely blown, it's completely shot, and I just got to replace another one. But I feel like it's blown to the point where, I mean, it's slipping to the point where I need to start looking into getting either a better tune or a better transmission. Now, I don't know what the truck is running right now, but that is one of the good things about this tuner. The good thing about this tuner is it's got its quarter miles in here. I will show y'all real quick. So on this tuner, you could actually go right here, and it's going to show you all your settings. You got your performance, you got your diagnostics, you got your layout, MPG mileage coach, and then you got other little things. Now, if you want to know your quarter mile, your 0 to 60, things like that, you can click on that. Let me go back on the performance test part, and here it's literally just looks like a bunch of lights from a drag strip. You can go from 0 to 60, quarter mile, horsepower, and this is just instructions on how to run it. Now, I ran it before, and I think the 0 to 60 on this pickup at the time that I ran it was a 9.6. Yes, I want to say it was a 9.6, and eventually I do want to do a video about me running that. The quarter mile, I want to say was 14 seconds. I don't remember, and that's one thing that I really wish. I really wish it would. I really wish it would keep track of all that, but it doesn't. So you go back over here to your home, and you can actually go into your layout. You can change everything. You can go to your data log, but I haven't been keeping track of any of my data on my data log, so everything is just off. You can come over here back to your home, and then you can change out what performance setting you want to go to. And right now, like I said, I'm running extreme for the reason being that if I don't run extreme, if I decide to run something that is like economy, for example, the engine power is reduced, so it's actually running less power from the engine to the transmission, helping the truck move. So with tires this big, a truck this tall, and I'm not saying it's a ridiculous amount either, because there's bigger, taller trucks out there that probably have a way better setup than I do, but with this truck alone in specific, it struggles to get around other vehicles on the highway. It struggles to get around other people. You know, so I have to leave it on performance, which means I have to run the highest octane of fuel. If not, I can risk blowing my engine, or I can risk ruining some parts in my engine, and I don't want to do that. I just want to, I'd rather pay the extra 10-15 bucks a tank and avoid having to replace an engine or replace a bunch of expensive parts. Now, with this tuner, I really wish that you could get so much more out of it than what you're paying. I feel like you're paying for more for the layout, for the screen, than you are paying for what comes in the software of it. And the reason I say that is because with this screen, you can actually plug in a bunch of sensors. You can plug in sensors for turbos, you can plug in sensors for all sorts of different things, and you can actually run a whole bunch of other extra mods on this truck, and you can read them off just that one tuner. But since I'm not going to go for a turbo, I'm not going to go for a supercharger, anything in that really high-end, you know, expensive stuff, you know, I want to just be able to have a layout that I can see everything that I run on the daily basis and make sure everything's okay. Now we come to this point. I want to run with the cam. I want to run long tube headers. I want to go with 3-inch exhaust, a full 3-inch exhaust all the way out. And I have this little dilemma, and I'm a little bit skeptical about this, for the reason being that I don't know exactly, if you buy a programmer and you take the truck to a tuning shop, a performance shop, if going back after you get the tune and then running the same tune on the truck, you know, running the same programmer on the truck will actually mess anything up. And that's kind of where I'm a little sketch. I'm a little dark. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that you could not see me, so I had to turn on the lights from this little doodly-doo. Anyways, so going back to what I was saying, I feel like it's just going to be a really difficult thing. It's going to be a really difficult approach, and I don't want to lose a almost $600 programmer and then go pay an extra $400, $500 for a dyno and then pay for the tune, and then not have an idea of what to do with this. So before you go out and actually buy what you're going to buy, you know, I really recommend that you really know what you're going with your build. Because I can pull this off if I do plan on going with the cam. I gotta go with the tune. I have to do all of that. But if I really plan on doing all of this, you know, I'm going to have to get rid of the programmer. Now, thankfully for you guys, if I can't sell it locally within a couple weeks after I pull it out, You know, it might just be a giveaway. It might just be something that I send away, and I might just give it to somebody. You know, so really, guys, you know, really know what you're going to buy before you pay for it. And for me, my honest opinion about the programmer, you know, I like it, I enjoy it, but it's honestly, to me, not worth the money. To me, it's not worth the $600. To me, it's not worth paying $1,000 for something that it's not going to give you its $1,000 worth. For $1,000, I could have gotten the tune. I could have stuck with a good tune, and I could have bought long tube headers already. I could have ran a new exhaust system already, but I chose to do that instead, and it kind of just left me here where I am right now. So if you're really wondering, you know, about that, you know, I hope this video helps you. Now, like I said, I did have a Bully Dog GT tuner. So with the Bully Dog GT tuner, I will say this: for the price difference, if you want more, I would still go with the Edge Evolution CTS2, especially because it has a backup camera plug and play. But if you're not into going fast, if you're not into getting more into the depths of tuning your vehicle, and you just want a plug and play option, this is a great option. This is really one of those options where you can just come in here to the truck, turn the ignition to the on position, and then plug it into the OBDI port, and then just download the tune, any tune you want. Now, you don't expect to do this really fast, because just the first initial startup of doing this is actually something very difficult. But if you're at the gas station, sometimes whenever I wanted to test it out, I would just, I know it's dangerous, so don't do this, but I would turn on the ignition once after I was done pumping, and I would change it to economy mode right then and there. And I would test how much gas would my truck weighs from here to back home where my parents live, and then I would test it on the way back. Now, it's two different scenarios, because on the way up, it could be pushing you or pulling you, you know, or going against you, I mean. And it's the same vice versa thing on the way back from. So eventually I do want to do a video, and I am going to do a video just over the tuner mainly, but for right now, if you're looking into getting any programmer, I can say that for the Edge Evolution CTS2 programmer, I feel it's a little bit too overpriced for what you get. I feel roughly a price range, maybe $100 less, maybe $75 less, or maybe throw in some extra accessories with it to make it worth the money. Now, if you're looking for something really quick to just install, this is a great option. But if you're looking to do much more to your vehicle, to where eventually you just have to pay $50 every single time you go back and do a tune, I would just stick to going down to your professional performance shop and just stick to a tune. Now, I'm not telling you what you need to do, but I am telling you what I wish I would have done. In my position, going with the cam, going with headers, going with more performance mods on the vehicle, I really wish I would have just saved my money on the tuner and just gone with a tune from a performance shop. You know, with that being said, guys, you know, I really appreciate if y'all stuck out to the rest of this video. Guys, please, you know, subscribe to this channel. I'm really just trying to get out there, trying to get started, and I want to do better videos. I just need to know exactly what kind of content people are really watching, and with you know, with all of this stuff that I'm trying to do, it's something completely new to me. It's something completely different to me. But yeah, there you guys have it. Edge Evolution CTS2, overpriced, underperformance. I would just stick to knowing with what your build is going to be. But until next time, guys, you know, I'll catch y'all later.